Welcome to the Portland Preparedness Center. We're on the corner of 72nd and Gleason in Portland, Oregon, and in this short video we're going to show you how to assemble and use the Sawyer .02 water purifier. The Sawyer .02 micron water purifier will process up to 600 liters, that's about 150 gallons of water a day. Everything you need, except the buckets, which you supply, comes in this small package, and you should put it together before any emergency occurs with the easy to read and easy to follow instructions. The parts include this handy little 13/16 drill bit, which, if you needed to, you could use by hand to drill a hole in the bucket. Although we'd highly recommend that if you're pre-assembling this, use a drill if you have it available. It's a good idea to clean off any burrs there might be around the edges of the hole, because the next step we're going to want to make sure that we have a watertight seal. I'm using a knife here, but you could also use a file if you have one of those available, and that looks good enough for country work. This is the piece that's going to go through that hole, in this case from the inside. What goes over that is this O-ring, and the reason for that is the next thing we attach is the hose and this part of the adapter, and we tighten this up from the inside of the bucket to make sure we have a watertight seal. You notice we have about 1.5 inch gap at the bottom of the bucket, and that would allow any sediment in your river water or stream water, whatever you put in there, to go to the bottom if necessary, while the rest of the water comes out this hose. The Sawyer .02 micron water filter system is so incredibly efficient because it's based on technology used in the medical field of kidney dialysis. When the water flows through the purifier, it has to go through microscopic pores which capture bacteria, protozoa, cysts, and other contaminants at a rate that exceeds EPA standards and recommendations for drinking water. As part of the assembly process, you can prime the filter first by running water through it under a tap if you have one. If you don't, you could use clean water out of a bottle to get this started. And even if you don't prime it, it'll just take a little longer for the water to start running through from one bucket to the other. Now it's time to snap the filter into the hose running from the bucket. Any bucket you use should be food grade, which means it should have had food in it previously, or you can buy food grade buckets here at the Portland Preparedness Center. It's important to note that you want to be able to turn this off from time to time, and Sawyer has included this handy little hanger which just slips over the filter system. Put it into that collar there and just hang it on the side of your bucket there. This keeps the filter itself away from the contaminated water. As long as that's above the level of the water in here, you're not going to get any water flowing through the filter itself. This is a gravity-fed system, so you'll obviously need to have the bucket that catches the water down below the one that has the filter attached. Now it's simply a matter of taking the filter. These Sawyer .02 water purifiers are being used in many countries where there's no running water, and what is available is very suspect. And they'll process up to 1 million gallons of water in their lifetime. And if they ever do begin to clog up because the available water is muddy or turbid, the filter can be quickly backflushed with the supplied syringe. It does take a while for the filter to begin to operate at its most efficient level, but once it does, there's a really steady flow of water through those very fine microscopic pores. There's another great plus to this system too. It comes with this little add-on here, and the next time your city calls you and says, hey, it's about time you started to boil your water because it's been compromised, you can just go to your emergency kit. You've got this on hand. Attach this to your faucet, this to your filter, and you've got water that's free of cysts, bacteria, viruses, all sorts of bad guys. What we recommend when you're taking water from a stream or a creek or stagnant water somewhere is that you actually pre-filter it through a t-shirt or a sheet as you put it into this container before it goes through this particular filter. We also suggest that you use a baggie or a latex glove over the filter itself, just for purposes of hygiene. And if you live anywhere near or within an earthquake zone area, such as Portland, which they say is overdue for a magnitude 9, then the first thing that's going to happen is the water's going to disappear. in a New York minute. If you have one of these on hand, it's going to be good for you as an individual, good for your family, and it could even look after a small community. I'm Michael Knight. This is the Portland Preparedness Center. We're online at getreadyportland.com. Thanks for watching.